Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. And today, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking specifically about Canon and the C-Log profiles that they offer. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and dive into it. I am still here at the park, still shooting videos for you guys. I'm still using stabilization off on my lens because with the RF lens I have right now, it's going to look a lot better. You know, it's not going to be all wobbly on the edges and everything. Now, it may be bouncy because I'm walking around right now, but it is what it is. But basically, let's go ahead and dive into the video here. Switching hands here because it's kind of a heavy setup. But so C-Log. Let me explain what log profiles are for starters. Log profiles allow for a very flat image to record in, which allows you more dynamic range essentially, which dynamic range is basically how much information you can pull from the shadows. So like the blacks, you know, underneath the trees and everything, all of those can be pulled out if you have good dynamic range or somewhat decent dynamic range. So the profile that I'm using right now is C-Log 3, and originally this camera did not come with C-Log 3, so it probably sucks for a lot of people for a long time, but I bought the camera after it already had this update, so I already have C-Log 3. But normal log profiles, they may not be the best at making the profile flat, so there'll be different levels, I guess you could say, of flatness. And what I mean by flatness is this right here. This is what it looks like straight out of the camera. You see the colors are a little bit washed out, and right here is what it looks like with the colors corrected in post-production using Premiere Pro. And so you guys see a difference. You know, it's quite apparent. So I will say that for getting dynamic range and using it for professional purposes or just for vlogging like this, it's very important that you have it. And sometimes you may have to buy a pretty expensive camera to get it. For instance, this camera right here is like a $4,000 camera body and then another $2,000 lens. So it's pretty pricey. But with that, you get a lot of benefits. Higher dynamic range may help when you are shooting in lower light conditions. As I understand, I don't shoot a whole lot of low light conditions, but it should help a lot with that. And basically, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to have low light. Now, which C-Log profile should you use? And without a doubt, I would suggest C-Log 3. And that is what I use, and that's what works for me. And I think it's the best profile overall. I've been watching people's videos on it, you know, on YouTube about C-Log 3, and a lot of them recommend it. And with good reason. I mean, there's tests that have been done by YouTubers and by professionals that show that C-Log 3 is essentially the best choice. It's the most flat of an image that provides you the most dynamic range and the ability to basically, like I said, pull out the shadows a little bit, which is very good overall, because a lot of us as filmmakers and photographers too, we don't like noise in our photos. So by noise, I don't mean like sound noise, like you guys are hearing right now. I mean video noise or photo noise. Basically, it's like a grainy effect, and that grainy effect can really mess up your image. So, you know, like I said, you know, if you're choosing between C-Log, I think there's 3 C-Logs, like C-Log, C-Log 2, and C-Log 3, I want to say, but I could be wrong. On this camera, there's only C-Log and C-Log 3, I believe. I don't think there's a C-Log 2, but I could be wrong. You know, I set this camera up like a month ago, so I never really touch those settings anymore. But basically, if you want basically enough stuff to play with, enough room to play with in your videos for color grading purposes, or just professional filming purposes, use C-Log 3. That is what I will say. It works for me. As you guys can see, I'm using it right now. And it seems to be working pretty well. So, but yeah, I'm walking around here. It's really, really hot, guys. Like I've been shooting videos out here, and I'm wearing all black, and it sucks right now. I got sweat like going down my back. That's what we're doing right now. The situation I'm in right now. But overall, like I said, use C-Log 3. You will thank me later. And if you guys want any kind of videos on how to work with C-Log 3, you know, like how to color grade with log profiles, anything like that, any tutorial videos like that, let me know in the comments down below and I can make those for you. Because right now, as it stands, I don't have any tutorials up. So I would like to put a few out, hopefully help you guys out a little bit on that. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate all the support. I'm a little bit out of breath because I've been walking a lot. But I look forward to seeing you guys, as always, in the next video.